last year my daughter, who is 11 now, came to me and said that she had decided she was going to Princeton. And I thought, what kind of child thinks like that? And about the same time, one of my colleagues here at the trauma unit at Stroger Hospital came to me and said, the 15-year-old kid in my unit just told me that he has his funeral clothes picked out. And again, I thought, what kind of child thinks like that? And my colleague said to me, what do I say? And I really didn't know what to say to him about that. But since then, I've held these two images of these two children in my mind and have struggled about what do we say here, at least where I work, when the children and young adults come to us saying those kinds of things. And I've begun to get a clue a couple of months ago when I talked to a group of young men who had been recently released from prison. And these guys were talking about the kinds of messages that they got from their families when they were growing up. And one young man in particular told me that the things that he heard from his grandmother and his mother is, if you don't stop doing these things, you're going to end up in jail. If you don't stop doing these things, you're going to end up dead by the time you're 21. And this young man talked about hearing these messages over and over again. And finally I said, well, what would you have rather them say to you? And he said, thoughtfully, I wanted to hear, I'm glad you're here, from them. And as I have carried that message from him in my heart over the last few months, it's become clearer and clearer to me that that's the message that these young men and women we work with need to hear. They need to know that someone is glad that they're here. Someone loves them and cares for them and values their lives. And even more than that, that we're there to help these young men and women get a vision of what their lives can be, so that all of the children, like my daughter, can be thinking about where they're going to go to college, what they're going to do with their lives. I think that is our message and that is our mission.